That's a good one.
Do you have you don't have headphones?
Yeah, so you grew up in San Clemente. Did you go to San Clemente High?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I grew up here, went to the high school here.
Did you grow up skating and surfing, or?
I grew up skating and surfing, but I mostly skateboarded. You know, if you grew up at the south side of town, you would surf because you could walk to the beach.
Yeah.
So we skated mostly because to get to the beach was kind of a trek, and we didn't have, you know, e-bikes and stuff like that growing up. But me and my friends got really into skating. Like, I had a good friend, Steve Hennings, and he was like an exceptional skater at a really young age, and we all latched onto that and just, you know, we had a pretty rad skate crew, and that was like, I dove more into skating and got back into surfing as in my, you know, older years. You know, skaters back then, I hate to say this, but not outcasts, but like we weren't concerned with like, yeah, partying, or we partied, but it'd be like when everybody was here going to house parties, we'd be like, you know, some kid would turn 16 and get a car. So we'd be like driving to spots in LA and skating till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yep.
And we'd have beers and weed and we'd be skating, but we'd be like, you know, in the middle of downtown LA.
Yep.
And then we had Google Maps printed out to spots and shit. Yeah. You know, you'd have to literally like figure out the spot location, and then you would print it out and have like a paper printout directions of how to get to spots.
So when did art come into play?
I've been drawing since I was a little kid.
What would you draw? Houses and cows?
No, I would draw, I have all my mom was really great with saving everything, and I actually have like most of the sketchbooks and like drawings I did as a kid. You know, classic stuff, waves. I drew a lot of these weird little like Mohawk dudes. My brothers were really into punk rock, so I like would draw these like little punk rock characters. I would draw weed leaves. I didn't know what it was, but I'd see weed leaves everywhere, so I'd draw them and put them in like a little pot. When you're a kid, you and your parents realize like what you're leaning more towards, you know, like where you excel. And I just was attracted to art, and that's where I would pay attention in school, and
Sick.
got super into it.
The skeleton.
Yeah.
When did that come into play?
The skeleton.
And why?
In junior high, I learned how to draw the skull from my teacher, Miss Reich. Like I was saying earlier, there's like a method and formula to things. She broke it down for me. So that like stuck with me. So I always drew skulls, especially tattooing, you tattoo skulls. It's a pretty common thing. And then, you know, flash forward 20 something years, I got sober when I was 31, you know, and that's like also a time where I started taking my artwork and my career more seriously. And at that time, I kind of like removed myself from a lot of situations and spent a lot of time working on my artwork, and kind of had this obsession with death in a sense, I guess. And just started drawing skeletons and Grim Reapers a lot, and kind of obsessively painting them, and had a lot more time and energy and spent that painting. So I just was like doing it obsessively, and it kind of just kept going from there. I also think that they just make a good tattoo. Like, they look great in the skin. The Grim Reaper skull is just so cool. It's so iconic. And then it, you know, tattooing influences painting and vice versa. So they kind of crossed over and intersected, and I just did them in both fields. We're going to teach you how to draw a skull. You're going to start with an oval.
Okay, I don't know if I can do that. That's too small?
No, it's perfect. Let's section it off. So draw a line down the middle, and then a line right through the middle, horizontally. So your head is an oval. Your eyes land in the middle of your head, and that's why we drew that line.
Got you. Is it really the middle?
Yes.
Not you, though. You're built
I have a long face. You have a perfect circle face.
Yeah, yours all bogged out.
Okay.
And they could be like, you know, on each half.
Mine might be a little bit too far down.
No, you're good. That's perfect.
It's perfect.
Okay, and then, oh, we forgot this part. So from the middle of the middle line and the bottom, you're going to draw a line that goes through the middle there.
Got you.
halfway down. So you're gonna draw essentially like a triangle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, dude. Okay. The teeth fall here on that line that's in the middle of the middle line and the bottom.
Okay.
You could start with the top of the teeth off that. The teeth could meet in the middle, whatever you really feel like, but I'll do this, you know, just draw a couple upside down U's and then do U's along the bottom to make the bottom teeth.
This guy looks interesting.
You're just gonna do a curved line that goes to the middle in between these two lines, so it'll land right there.
Ah, I see.
Yep.
This looks like a mixture of Mikey and I.
This is fucking cool.
Neanderthal.
Perfect, yeah.
Long head, it looks like the Goonies monster.
Sloth. Like I said, the weirder the better.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just kind of like cleaning up the edge, so I'll do like a line that comes down and then maybe a weird wiggle and then another one there. Cool. And then to make it a little more pronounced, you'll do like a line there and a line there that forms like the actual jaw. Same thing with like finishing this off. Like if it seems a little tall here, you could bring it down a bit, but you're just gonna kind of create a line that makes it more solid.
Looks a little lopsided.
It looks good. And then you could do like a crack if you want. You could get weird with it.
Definitely gonna do a crack. Like
I brought some pins if you want to get wild.
I might.
How do you feel about it? You feel like you learned something?
I definitely learned a little something for sure.
Just
This
think
is
you
fun.
could take that and just start drawing skulls every day.
I know.
Next thing you know, you be the
might-
skull master. No. Watch, now go around and do, with that pin, do a more solid line on like the really specific things, like the perimeter. Do dark here and here in those pockets. So do like
Gotcha.
dark and then dark and dark, but leave that scratchy.
This.
Yeah. There you go. And then fill in that pocket between the teeth and the jaw. I mean, dude, step back and look at it. You got a
Dude.
skull.
Yeah. Does anybody want a tattoo?
It would be a rad tattoo if you got that.
So like,
would be pretty
I actually kind of modeled this off Mikey.
There you go.
Sick. What did
Yeah.
your parents think when you started getting into tattoos?
Oh man, so funny. My dad was very against us getting tattooed, and when I first got tattooed, I hid them. And then I think one day my mom and I were kind of like getting into it about something, and I was like, "Well, I got a fucking tattoo." She's like, "No, you didn't," you know. And I showed her, and she like kind of was like, she wasn't mad. She was like, kind of stoked that I went and did that.
Did it?
She's like,
Yeah.
"You little shit." She's like, "Let me see it." And then my dad actually found out because I was like sleeping on the couch, passed out like this, and it was right here. And he walked in and he was just like, "What the fuck is that?" Now, you know, I get random emails from people where they're like, "I met your dad at the bar and he was talking all about you, and I really want to get tattooed by you. Super proud of you and stuff." So like,
That's sick.
they love it. Like, I mean, it's giving me my life.
Yep.
You know, like, it's giving me everything I have. So they're very like supportive, and they think it's the coolest thing ever. You know.
Yeah. What was your like turning point in your tattooing career?
Magazines. Somehow, this person got word of me and asked me to do an interview. And I was like, I think I was like 21. So like I got the interview, and that was like a big deal. You know what I mean? Like you're in a fucking magazine. Like I would go to the bookstores and flip through them. I couldn't wait for the new issue. So to be in one was a big deal. And then that, it put you on the next level. You know what I mean? It took you out of just like the guy in the shop to like you were in the magazine. So the guys in the shop get the mag, and everyone's looking at you now.
Yeah.
So that was a big turning point, you know.
What advice would you give to someone who's starting to become a tattoo artist right now?
Ooh, don't do it. No, if you're a young tattooer, I would say go get tattooed, go get involved. You know, don't sit on the internet and look at photos and try and emulate what people are doing and trying to figure it out on your own. If there's someone you like how they tattoo, reach out to them, go get a tattoo from them. You know, spend the day with them, pay them full price, tip them a ton of money, because if they share any information with you, you know, you should be very grateful, but that's the best way to learn.